Hey everybody, and welcome to a Q&A. This is live number 14. We tried this on Tuesday and it failed horribly. I have retuned things and figured out where processor problems are at, and kind of toned down the stream a little bit on the amount of time and bandwidth that I need as well. So welcome to tonight's live. I'm Chris from the Great Brick Lab. And tonight I'm going to go over a little bit of some Q&A and some questions I've received on the channel. We're also going to do some Minifig cataloging. That's fun. Hello, Matthew Miller. Thank you for joining. And then tonight I also have a giveaway. So tonight I'm going to talk about the giveaway, and then from now until next Thursday you're going to have an opportunity on this video to put in something in the chat that will make you eligible for the giveaway next Thursday, and it's a minifig, so that's what I'm giving away. So thank you, Matt, for joining. All right, so let's get right into today. All right, so I've got here comments from the channel. Ryan, good friend of mine, just joined the channel. Thanks for joining up, Ryan. All right, so this was a great comment here from the Brick Orphanage. The Brick Orphanage says you need to redo the weight settings on when you change color. There's about a 4% difference between harvesting the lightest ABS colors, darkest grays. So what he's talking about is the mold color that Lego is using. I did not know that. That's a good point to make. So if you're, like, say you're measuring small plates, they're going to come up at different weights from one color to the next. If you calibrate your scale for 1x1 plates or maybe 1x1 tiles, there can be a variance. So you want to be careful if you're counting high quantities of that. Very good point to make. If you're hiding, especially if you have a lot of used parts and you're expecting the quantity. Now, what I do in my store is if it says there's like 100, or if it's like maybe I can get into like 300 or 400, I usually will scale it back about 10 or 15 parts just to be sure we have plenty. But what that does is it sometimes leaves lost inventory in a drawer. I'm kind of okay with the lost inventory. I'd rather have enough parts to fill an order rather than run short on parts and then not be able to fill an order. Okay. So thanks, Brick Orphanage, for that. Toon Bricks. Bricksco, welcome to the chat, or to the stream. Thanks for being here. All right. Toon Bricks just joined the channel, or subscribed to the channel a few days ago. Thank you so much, Toon Bricks, for joining. He was watching our part out video that I did a few Thursdays back, a live video I did on a part out. That one's getting a lot of clicks. Great video on the combination of brick stock and BrickSync. Can really save you a lot of time. Completely agree with that. Do you set prices on the parts that were not in your store yet? And so what he's asking the question is if you watch the second video I do, then yes, you do see that I do set the prices, and he found that out. But what I like about his comment here is he makes a mention of the combination of using brick stock with BrickSync in order to get parts into your store very effectively, and I agree. I completely agree. That's so effective. As a matter of fact, I don't think I would do it any other way. Hello, Kyle. Welcome. Thanks for joining. All right, next comment here from Ryan A. Love this question, and I think I have a good answer for it, but it's more speculation than maybe actual fact. Ryan says, I notice sometimes used parts sell for more than their new counterparts. Any idea why that is? Well, I've experienced that. I've noticed sometimes I will have a used part go, like, just getting the average price out of brick stock. The new part average price will sometimes come in lower. I don't know exactly why that is. I mean, it's just the trends over time. But the only thing I can surmise is that when a person is buying a used part and they're willing to pay more and those averages go higher, that means that they were willing to pay more for a used part than the new counterpart because maybe that particular store had the right combination of parts. Typically, I think buyers are going to look for a single store. That's my behavior when I'm shopping for any parts, and typically it's for minifig parts. I'm going to shop for one store that has the most parts in my wanted list that I can get. That's what I'm looking for. So good comment. Also from Ryan A. He says he's curious about the back warehouse. It would be an interesting video, and I do plan to do a video on the back warehouse. I absolutely plan on doing that. Stay tuned. Alright, so Rain here had a guess on Pablo number 16, which is the hidden character Pablo. The next Pablo that comes out Monday, so I'm going to do a Pablo Saturday morning, which will be Pablo number 19 or 18. I'm not sure. But the Pablo that comes out every Monday morning, I will schedule it to be out on Monday mornings at 8 a.m. Central Time. Those Pablos always have a hidden character, and if you identify the hidden character, it's a twist between free shipping or free minifig. Most people get their choice. BrickSide, thanks for joining. So yeah, people kind of, I'm giving choice on this video. You can pick a free minifig, which is also option of free shipping. You can do either one. And I will. I've had a person. I think it was Ryan A. You were a winner of a free minifig. Let's actually. I don't see the comment here. I think Ryan A. identified the. Let's see, who was it? I don't see it here. But somebody identified the Turtle Tuck Wonder Pet from last Monday. So be on the lookout, in other words, for Monday mornings, 8 o'clock, if you want some free shipping or a free minifig. All right, Matt Apple, also a new subscriber. Thank you so much for subscribing. So BrickSlayer says, is anyone else's sound cracking or is it just mine? I may have this turned up too loud here. Let me turn that down some. Perhaps that helps. Yeah, it's pegging the red line, so sorry about that. All right, so Tricker Brick, thanks for joining. Just watched your video on the non-Lego haul of items that you've collected. Nice video, nice and succinct, and have fun with the ear scope. What a fun tool that is. Okay, Matt says, I'm curious why I washed. So he watched my washing video. I did a video where I washed 45 pounds of Lego in 2 gigantic tubs, and he says he's curious why I don't sort a little bit beforehand and then sort a little bit, wash a little bit, sort a little bit, wash a little bit. Mostly my concern is time. I'm interested in washing as much Lego as possible at one time. So I've had 3 or 4 tubs full of Lego that I'm washing all at once. I just want to wash them all and dry them all and be done with it. I don't want to be washing on a consistent basis. And then, so most of our sorting, and then I put a link into his response of how we do sorting on the cataloging video. And then, so that sorting video, I don't actually do that anymore. I actually send it off to another off-site. I give it to people to sort, and then they bring it back to me completed. No, it was Charles. I thought it was Ryan A. that got it. Here it is from Charles that he guessed the Turtle Tuck. So Charles was the winner of the free minifig or free shipping on last Monday, this week Monday. All right. Just Bricks. Would it be possible for you to do a video of how you sort out individual categories? In your video, you do the general categories. I was so interested in what you do next. Yes. I will do a video on what I do or what the process is after the general sort. So there's like a first level sort and then a second level sort. I've added that to the list of videos. We'll get to it soon. Here's a good question from Brick South. What do you do as far as selling used tile stickers? I'm assuming you only sell them if the sticker is applied pretty straight and good condition. Really love your videos. They have been a big help to me starting to sell used. Well, I'm glad to hear these videos are a help to you. That's great. I definitely do sticker tiles. As a matter of fact, often I will just pick up a few random sticker tiles and throw them in the store. Ends up being like a single lot item. I've seen it pull in sales. So if somebody's looking for a stickered item, somebody is looking for it. It may not be tomorrow, it may not be this year, but eventually somebody's looking for that sticker tile, and sometimes you might be the only store that has that. So definitely I put all those in the store. Some of them at a pretty good price as well, especially if they're a little older and they've become rare. Then the second part of his question is, I'm assuming that if the sticker's applied straight like that, you can actually wash them, and some of the newer stickers, you can actually peel them off and then reapply it and it'll stick just fine. If it is damaged or completely on wrong and damaged being put on wrong, or if there's hair stuck to it, it sometimes is a wash, or you just take the sticker off and sell it as a part. There are some cases where the part is more valuable without the sticker. I know some Technic, some yellow Technic plates, the molded plates that go on some of the larger construction equipment. Many times those are more valuable without the sticker. So pull the sticker off, sell it as a regular part, and you will get a higher price that way. And using Brickstock is a really quick way to find out which one is netting the higher price. Just Bricks had a question, is this my full-time job? Are you interested in having an open to the public store at some time in the future? So first question, no, this is not my full-time job. However, I do hire individuals to help with the workload. On Monday we had 30 plus orders. The next day we had 12, then we had 10, then we had 11. I think today, by the end of the day, we were looking at maybe 20 orders. So I need help. I can't do that all myself. I do still have a full-time career that I am employed at, that I plan to be at for another 9 years at least, to receive the full benefits package that they offer their employees for 30 years of service. I don't think it would be very wise for me to give that up. It would take me a lot to give that up. Perhaps an early retirement might be an option. I don't know, depending on what my career job is offered to me. And then my second part of his question, am I interested in having a public store? I absolutely am. I like the community of the Lego, just the online community has been great. Doing these videos has been wonderful. I love the interaction and the feedback. I have found that I prefer to do a live video rather than just recording one because of the chat and the interaction. I just enjoy that so much. So Trigger Brick makes a comment about 30 orders in a day. So please keep in mind, Trigger Brick, that's a Monday morning. So we stop work about Saturday afternoon time frame, and then from Saturday afternoon until when I start processing what came in over the weekend, that was Monday morning. And that, on a good weekend, that's about 30. Some of the orders are only single part orders, so it's not always big orders, but it is a lot of orders. We had one order today for one black part with express or priority shipping. We were a little surprised by somebody paying near $8 for shipping on a 12-cent part, but it's the customer, that's what they want, that's what we gave them, and we shipped it out and got it to them as quickly. So I think we have become a good store and we have a great reputation of shipping quickly. I think some of the orders that we come in are just for the sake of that we can process orders in a day, and we have a variety of parts. So you come, you're going to find the part you're looking for. We're going to get it shipped out to you pretty quick. Yeah. So if you, all right. So I'm going to make a direct comment to you, Trigger Brick. If you add maybe 1,000 lots in used, be prepared for a dramatic increase in sales, because the used parts that you're going to find are going to enhance the availability of parts that are no longer available. So if you're parting out the hidden side, and BrickSlayer is parting out hidden side, and Just a Brick in the Bucket, all you guys are my favorite stores. I love you guys. If everybody's parting out hidden side, you basically have the same number, the same count of lots. You got all the same lot part or part lots, right? So they can go any one of your stores to find those parts, and you guys are competing in price at that point. Now, if you add in 100 lots of used that isn't available from Lego anymore, that will increase your sales. It's going to happen. So be prepared for a lot of orders. But then when those used lots go out, you're still back in that same position of competing with the other stores. So, all right. Alex Perez says, definitely do a video cataloging minifigs. That is tonight. I hope that you are on, and if you're not, Alex, you can catch it in the recording afterwards. Okay, so this was last week's live number 12, the sales recap I did for most of July, and I don't know, Zifra, I'm going to say Zifra is the name. This is a question about the scale results. pieces of dirt or chipped or things like that, yeah, I think it would throw off the scale, the weight. The I got a conversation with BrickSlayer today that even on 1x1 tiles it can be a little off. The scale that I use, that is. The higher end scales, I'm sure they work a lot better, but for an $11 scale, it's good enough for me to use. And if you get into 100 parts, it's going to be pretty accurate. Maybe you take one off. It is pretty accurate. Okay, so, but understand, it may be a little off, but good enough for me. I don't want to spend $300 on a scale when we're going to be, tossing it around. And I like that it's battery powered and we can take it to where we want. I also buy that scale and then give it to catalogers who work for us so they can count their parts a lot quicker. And it's, like I said, it is good enough. Matt Apple, thank you for joining. I'm going to read your comment here. I worry about damaging stickers, capes, metal axes, springs, motors, light bricks. That's why I sort first. Perhaps I'm overcautious. My first live stream. Hey, thanks for joining the live stream. Welcome. Yes. So, on the video I do when I'm watching that 45 pounds, I kind of got a little excited and I dumped everything in the tub and I did miss minifigs. I will tell you that capes on minifigs typically come out pretty well. They dry and they do come clean. That's okay. The fabric is okay. Motors and light bricks definitely can be damaged in the washing process. If you were to wash one of these guys, that would definitely probably come out damaged, especially if there was a battery in there creating the circuit in there, or possibly that would definitely probably come out damaged, and then you'd have to sell it as broken if you tried. I mean, if you were interested in selling it as broken. I did have an experience where I didn't thoroughly go through a box I got from a bulk purchase, washed all the Lego, was drying it, and kind of scanning over it and found a monorail motor. Actually, I found the red cover for I think it was the monorail set from the airport set. Let me pull that up here. So let's do this. I'm pretty sure if I just type in monorail, I'm going to get it pretty quickly. I washed the motor and I was devastated. It's a very valuable part. So this red cover is what I found first. This monorail cover I found in a bulk lot, and it was more than 6 months ago, so my store isn't going to show up in the sales, but I netted about $65 for that part, just for the cover. I have a tendency to price things a little bit high on the high end and then wait for somebody who's willing to pay that price to come and get it. I'm not in a hurry to get rid of parts. Then, in addition to this red part here, had the motor for this monorail set. And fortunately, after a lot of drying and some testing, I was able to put it on some monorail track, and I believe it's going to be down here in the white parts. There it is. So this monorail motor is what I was afraid of having it be damaged, and it came out okay. And I sold that for $65 as well. Those two parts alone paid for all of the Lego that I had bought in that bulk lot, plus a little extra. So that was a real find. That was my first monorail motor, and it kind of got me into monorail. So now whenever I see monorail for sale, I buy it up. I get it all. I can't get enough monorail. And when I do the public store, I do have a hope to have a monorail train inside the store on display. I even got a guy that says he would build for me. Alright, Tricker Brick says, my issue with selling used Lego, more or less, is the storage required for doing that. Yep, that's exactly right. You're going to have more lots. And if, I know you, Tricker Brick, you're putting a single lot in a partitioned drawer. We have so many lots that it's just not possible for me to do that. I think I'm over 10,000 lots, somewhere in the near 12,000 lots. I don't use partitions. I just throw it all in a drawer, and sometimes we have to dump the entire drawer to find one part along with many other parts that are in that drawer. But that's exactly right. Your storage is going to increase. But I think you could step your way into it and by your storage. I know that you got space to grow, but the storage concerns and then your cart and then your system of picking is going to have to kind of grow with you in there, in that area. All right, let's see. We're doing on time. Let's transition. Thanks for all the questions. I really like all these questions. I love being able to communicate with everybody, and I'm getting so much positive feedback from that area at the store. Okay, so I've got a bag ready here. So this is where I'm going to catalog some minifig heads. I like to play a little game sometimes if we can guess the minifig head. We can do that if you want. It makes it a little exciting, but let's change this to the BrickLink color catalog. So if you're not familiar with some of my other content that I have on the channel, I have a way of cataloging parts, and I'm going to go over that. Basically, I start with the color catalog on almost all parts that I catalog. Now, if I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start with this head here, let's get it on the screen here. I need a better way of holding that. Let's do this. Okay. There you go. That's showing up really good. Okay. So we know that is going to be light nougat. So we start with light nougat. Already we've eliminated just thousands and thousands of parts. Click on minifigure head. Now we're down to 837 parts. Look at the top of the head. Okay. On that top of that head, we're looking at a, let me see if we can get the focus. So we're looking at a blocked stud. Blocked or hollow are the two options, or solid. Solid's pretty rare. So immediately we're going to type in blocked. Okay, so whoops, spell that right. So we've eliminated, I don't know, maybe half of these heads. Let me just try and see. So we get 837. If we go blocked, okay, we're down to 200. Okay, so we're eliminating like what, 2/3, more than 2/3 of that 800 or so, like 3/4. All right. So we also, all right, so we're in light nougat. We know it's blocked. We know it's got a beard. Okay, so now we're down to 30. And with 30 heads, you just about can guess which one it is here. This one's got a scar on the head. That one's got a raised eyebrow. And these probably call for beard fuzz. If you hover over these guys, you can see BrickLink is making an effort to try and use consistent terms for what things are called. And if you learn those terms, it makes it easier to eliminate it. And this is typically called beard fuzz or stubble. Maybe fuzz is my word. We're going to go with stubble. And I think I need 2 B's in there. All right. So now let me reduce this a little zoom. So now we're down to these. Now, grant you, sometimes it doesn't show up in there. So here's the head again that we're looking for. Focus. There we go. All right, which one is it? And it's got nothing on the back, so we know it's not the one that the mouse is hovering over. I don't have any confidence that it's any one of those heads. So this one failed to do it. All right, so let's take out the word stubble and go back one tick and just see if we can see it here. So we know it's not a two-sided head, so we can ignore all those. No, it's not that one. Definitely not that one. All right, I need my magnifying glass. Actually, I probably can hook up the USB. I'd have to do a lot of configuration to get that thing working with OBS. It's not that one. Boy, you think I'd be good at this by now. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I think beard might be the problem. Let's go just stubble. Okay, so we got a different group here. It's this one. No, it's the same one I saw. Here it is. That's it. Yep, the crooked mouth is the same. The eyebrows look a little thicker on the head that I have, but that's just the way the print is done. These heads that are the pictures of those heads are not always ideal, but it's the best. It's a good sample of it. Sometimes the printing is a little different in its fine details, but if you look at the crooked mouth, you look at the way the eyebrows are kind of angled, you know, the side of his beard. So who is this? Comes in 4 minifigs and Indiana Jones. Perfect. 4 versions of Indiana Jones. Alright, so now my next step is to catalog this. Grab the number here, copy that, and then let me go to, I'm going to do this, get myself arranged here a little bit. Okay, so add, part, paste, go to light nougat. Alright, now how do you price these heads? So I price these heads, I go to the 6-month average, and I have no idea why that's $6 on the max. But that's what I do. I take the 6-month average. I need to get rid of some things here. Let's get rid of this stuff. Alright, and add price. Okay. I take the 6-month average, and I add typically 25 cents. And there you go. So if somebody wants that head from our store, it's going to cost them $6.25. Now, why price it that high? I don't expect it to sell for that much, but somebody wants to buy it for that much. If they're in a need, they want to add it to a lot of other orders, they're welcome to do it. What I'm doing now for that head is if I find one of those torsos or some nearly complete Indiana Jones minifig, I'll go down and grab the head, and delete it from my inventory, and then I'll have it. I'm actually pricing it that way so it kind of doesn't sell, but when they do sell, that's more than the price of the minifig. So I'm happy to sell it there, but I don't expect it to. I did that as strategy, and I filled up a bunch of totes, or a bunch of tackle boxes with minifig heads, and put them. I was like, I'm going to catalog these. I might as well list them. People started buying them at what I would consider to be unreasonable prices, but reasonable enough to add to an order. I've had people buy 20 heads all at once because that's where I've got the biggest selection of used heads. I don't know how I compete in that area, but we've got a lot. Alright, so let's stick to the light nougat, because then we can complete all the light nougat. I got 2 more in the light nougat. I'm going to put one of them in position here so you can show it to you guys. So here's the next one. Let me get something out of the way here. Alright, there's the next one. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Okay. Alright, we go back over here, and we can go back a few clicks. Alright, so what are we looking at? We're looking at cheek lines. We're looking at a flawed mouth. That one, I'll find it, but I don't think it's worth listing. So we have a hollow stud on top. So first thing we need to do is change this to hollow. And then I'm going to go cheek and see what we get, how many we get back. 108 with cheek. Alright. So somebody told me that you could do a minus sign, and if we do minus dual, we can eliminate all the dual-sided ones. There we go. Alright, that's not a dual-sided one. So we just eliminated all the dual-sided ones, and we got it down to 39. And I should be able to scan. It's this one right here, isn't it? Yeah. But there's a flaw in the mouth. So here's the head again. There we go. So there's the head, and that one we found pretty quickly. But unfortunately there's a flaw in the mouth, so I can't sell that as a perfect head. But I don't have any in my inventory right now, and it goes with 88 minifigs. That's got to be a Star Wars. Somebody probably bought me out. Oh my gosh, it's Clone Trooper, yeah. 88. This is readily common minifig. How many are out there? So let's go light nougat. Well, there's not as many as I expected, but in the last 6 months, 4,000, 9,000 of these have sold in 6 months. depleting the inventory down to fewer than 2,000 or just more than 2,000. Wow. Okay, that's a pattern of behavior that is unusual. So I'm going to add it, but I'm going to put a note, flawed mouth. So let's grab the part number. I'm guessing I had this probably earlier in the year. And maybe I sold it in the last 6 months, and maybe not. Yeah, there it is. So here it is. I sold it for $3. I sold one for $3.37 in April. So pricing it that way worked. Somebody was willing to buy it for $3.37, but then somebody else beat out my max price at $4. And that was the last month, or yeah, August, this month. Alright, Trick or Brick shows you just how popular Star Wars is when it comes to Lego. Oh yeah. If you find Star Wars, it's gonna sell eventually. We sold, let me go into this. Alright, minifigs. So if I go 88 minifigs, you guys will have a good laugh if I can find the head quickly here. Alright, this one here. Alright, so we sold this head today. It must not be this one, because it doesn't show here. It's got to be a different one. It's a Geonosis Clone Trooper head. Where's the other orange Geonosis guy? And maybe he doesn't show up here. We sold the Geonosis helmet today for 1/10 of a cent. It was heavily damaged, but somebody might be able to use it. I had notes on it, said it's completely, it wasn't like rolled over by a car, but it was like put through a rock polisher. I mean, it just was really heavily damaged, and I don't know what they did to it. It feels like it was intentional, but for 1/10 of a cent, they bought that, and then they added like a whole huge order to it. And maybe they were just throwing that in there for fun, to see what it would look like. All right, so I need to add this. Paste that, add it. All right. And do yourself a favor, if you're going to put in a head like that with a damaged or a flawed mouth, make the note. Right, mouth has flaw on, it would be on the right side. So $4, we're going to go, we're going to go like 99 cents. So somebody may not care about the flawed mouth. You put on the right helmet and you're not even going to see it anyways. Alright, let's do another. Steve W. Hey, thanks for joining. Alright, so this is a double-sided one. Oh, there's the one side. And then here's the other. Kind of got a little angry face going on there. Alright, and it's hollow, and it's a beard. So let's go hollow, beard, dual. See what comes back. It's a lot of them are going to come back, I feel like. No, only 42. It's not bad. I'm going to look for the open mouth. That's a character, that a trait that kind of stands out, that little angry looking mouth. See how quickly we can find that. Not this one. Oops, sorry. Is it this one? I think, yeah, that's it. With the cross, the scowl on the eyebrows. One minifig. It's Thor! Yay for Thor. Alright, so let's grab. How much does Thor sell for? Somebody sold them for $10, but average is around 4. 8 if it's new, and there's still quite a few new out there. But all we have is the head, so let's just grab the head. Thor with a beard. Alright, throw that into the list. what do we price at? This is nothing wrong with this one, so we're going to price it at, I'm going to go, nope, not that field, this field. I feel like 325 is what it's going to be priced at. I know that's much higher than the 250 here, but I'll hold on to it. It only goes with one minifig, so if I ever find it, and if somebody's looking for it, yeah, they can have it at that price. All right, Trick or Brick. It says you can also add your own photo of the part in BrickLink if you want, and then put see photo in the comments. Sometimes I do that. I have not found it to be on a part like that head I have, it wouldn't be worth the amount of time. Just, I think a verbal description is effective enough. I don't often spend time putting photos in the system. That's the great thing about having BrickLink available. You can just add a part number, identify it, and list it for sale. Unlike eBay, you'd have to take pictures of just everything. All right, let's move on to some of these yellows. And I'm going to check time. Okay, yeah. So I'm usually trying to shoot for 45 minutes on these streams. All right, so here is a group of yellows. Let me get a better picture of them here. I'm going to skip the basic one, and I'm going to go for the eye patch, because that should be a quick one to find. So first of all, we need to change colors. We got to go to the color catalog, go to yellow. I mean, obviously I'm going to search for eye patch. I'm just going to take a shot in the dark. And just before I even get to the heads, I'm just going to search for eye patch. Let's do eye patch as one word. Where'd he go? This is it. Okay, so I didn't even try blocked or anything like that. I figured eye patch would show up quickly, and there it is. So sometimes it's, you can just get to know that you're going to be able to find one quickly. So blocked open stud, eye patch. Let's grab this part number. I'm going over the details a little bit more, but realistically, if I was just sitting here doing heads without doing the live stream, I had to zip through a lot of these already. All right, oh, I forgot to add that. There we go. All right, so what do we price him at? $2.25. All right, toss him in the bag. All right, this one's next. All right, that one is going to be a little bit tougher to find, so we're going to go, we are going to go to the entire catalog here. Minifigure head. It's blocked. I'm going to go black. I don't know, hair. And then I'm going to go -sign dual. Here it is right here. Okay, so that was fast. Grab that, copy. All right, and he's going to be, oh wow, $3.50, so we're going to go 4.10 cents. Sorry, okay. All right, so that's enough. I think you kind of get the idea. I don't need to go through more. I'm going to show you, I'm going to pan the camera over here, and let's do this. Let's expand the size of this camera here so that it's full screen. Okay. All right. So be careful. All right. This is the minifig stash. I was trying to show this on Tuesday, and I don't think it worked out very well at all. But you can see the names on the categories that I've just simply created for myself. So if these are not available in the store, this is more like just sitting in a drawer waiting for a minifig. So if I'm cataloging minifigs and I'm missing a head, then I'm able to look in this area here for that kind of a head. Right below, right there, you got yellow at the top of that original solid classic head, and then below that you start off with the other colors of heads. And then there's some, that's actually a bunch of rubber bands. There's some droids there, just threw those in there. Then you got plain colored, a bunch of white. I had, that drawer was completely full of plain heads. I cataloged every plain head that we had, and I priced it 2 times the maximum 6-month price, and I've been selling them. So I think the sheer quantity of the number of those things I entered at once is why they're selling like they are. So let me put this back here. So you can do some pretty interesting things with pricing when it comes to heads and just parts in general when you enter a large quantity of things. Okay. All right, so we got 10 on the stream, and everybody here in the stream, let's do a fun little part out. So I've been trying to think about the best way to do it. So I have a minifig for sale, and let's go to, we're not for sale, for a giveaway. I'm not selling it, I'm giving it away. And let's do, it's a Disney character, not Disney Castle. Disney, it's from the Disney minifig series, and you have to guess the minifig, and then if anybody guesses it correct, they're definitely going to get it. If multiple people guess it right, then we'll have a drawing on who guesses it correctly. So let's see, is it Disney? I think it's Disney Series 2. Let me see if it's in Disney Series 2, because Disney Series 2 is out, and I know it was recently purchased. So 18 sets. Yes, it is in here. There are some really cool ones in here. So there are 18. If I do, can I display this differently? List. No, list with images. I want to show the grid view, but it doesn't look like it can do it. Okay, so free minifig. So if you're watching it live, you're welcome to guess in the live chat who it is. You get one guess. I mean, if I catch somebody guessing them all, forget about it. So you get one guess. There are 18 of them. Do it however you want. If you're watching this in a recording, you're welcome to put it in there. Now you can guess something that somebody else guessed. That's fine. But out of 1 out of 18 chance of winning the free minifig, and as long as everybody guesses at least one of those, and put the character name in there, please. So we've got there's the Mickey Mouse ones, there's the Ducks, there's the Chippendales. Actually, all 3 of the nephews are there. Chip and Dale. Who else is in here? Chip and Dale. Anna. That's what, Frozen. Elsa from Frozen. Frozo. Hades. What is Hades from? What movie is Hades from? Is that? I don't even know what movie that is. Oh, it's got to be the Hercules movie. These are probably 2 related here. All right. Oh, look at that. Jack Skellington. I bet you that one is really good on the aftermarket. Jafar. Jasmine. You guys are awesome. You guys are already guessing. Cool. So, yeah, guess on those. And next week, those who guessed it correctly will have a drawing if multiple people did. If you're watching this recording, if you're watching it live, you guys have already guessed it live. So if you've guessed, you've done, your guess is done. Stop with the guessing if you've already put your name in there. And then I will send it to you. And if you want to, throw in an order with it, that's fine with me. If you just want the minifig, I'll send it to you. We'll work it out. So that is the end of today's live stream. I'm Chris from the Great Brick Lab. And if you are not a subscriber to this channel, and this is your first time here, I would appreciate it if you would like this video, if you liked it, share this video, and subscribe to our channel. I try and put regular content out related to how I run my store, Pablo's that we do, cataloging that we do. Give me feedback. Rita Kerr, thank you for joining. If you haven't seen Rita, we're guessing on minifigs from the Disney sets. Go back and watch the recording if you haven't seen it already. But so thank you everybody who joined the stream. Really appreciate it. But yeah, this has been exciting. I love doing this, and thank you guys so much for interacting. And I'm really glad that the stream ran better. I may do a video on what I had to do to get it run better, but we'll focus on that for a different time. So again, this is Chris from the Great Brick Lab, signing off.